good Saturday morning to you here on 104.9 WFIW and WFIWradio.com, 104.9, 103.3 FM, as well as AM 1390. It's time for Saturday Sunrise. I'm Derek Dunn, your host. It's great to be out here on this Saturday morning. You can always check out our community calendar page at WFIWradio.com for what's coming up this weekend. Also, it is the last Saturday of November. Hard to believe there. Well, we got a big event here that's coming up. This is the Atkinson Forest Rally event. It's going to be held December 3rd. That is on a Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. at New Beginnings Church in Fairfield. And I've got a fantastic guest here, one of the biggest Cubs fans I know. He's across the way from me, and that is Ryan Rice. How you doing, Ryan?
Pretty good, Derek. Thanks for having me out here.
All right, Ryan. So, ever since the town hall meeting back in mid-September, there's been a lot of things that's happened since then in regards to the Atkinson Forest. For our listening audience, could you tell us what has transpired from that point in time up till now?
Well, of course, we had the city council meeting where after a thorough discussion, the mayor decided he was going to appoint a steering committee once again to look into the project. That's still an ongoing process, as I understand it. So we're waiting on that committee to be formed. I'm not certain if the committee has already fully been formed. I know that they've been talking to highlight some of the positive developments, if you will. Jeremy Carter agreed to donate his time and money to build a parking lot for Atkinson Forest in January once the ground froze. We got Wayne White Power. They've agreed to donate wood chips for all the trails. Okay. Just last night, Wayne County Farm Bureau put on Facebook that they were going to make a one-time cash contribution of $15,000 towards a shelter, which is great. That's awesome. Of course, we have Mr. Podolsky agreeing to pay, $50,000 a year for 5 years. Doug and Dana Wilson, $2,500, basically $25,000 over a 10-year period cumulative. And we've had other people that have step forward, want to donate time, labor, materials. So the project really has widespread support. It's a community project. It's not just a few people pushing this. There's actually a lot of support for it. And we just need to come together. The city and park need to come up with a plan to maintain it on a permanent basis. So.
Yeah, and I was going to say, too, was when an individual or a business or a group even, when they step forward and say, we'll pledge this amount of money here, you mentioned some of the dollar totals and everything like that. What's that a sign of, you think?
It's a sign that of an exciting project. One thing I forgot to mention, even at the city council meeting, Preston Matthews said the industrial trust will be willing to maybe raise $17,500. So you have different people from all walks of life saying, "Hey, look, I want to help. Tell me how I can help." And you have some people against it, but I think you have a lot more people for it. And so,
I think it's more about they see the vision of this becoming a reality. Is that what you think?
Yeah, without the support that we've garnered, this wouldn't become a reality. I think now that the Wayne County Farm Bureau has stepped up, I think you're going to move it off center. It's going to be moved off center because it doesn't just stop from there. So.
Hey, you are listening to Saturday Sunrise, 104.9 WFIW and WFIWradio.com. AM and FM, Derek Dunn with you, Ryan Rice alongside here, and we're going to be talking about the Atkinson Forest Rally. That is coming on Monday, December 3rd, New Beginnings Church. This is where the town hall meeting was at back in mid-September, so same location pretty much, same church, same facility. How is this event different from the town hall?
Well, at this event, we really want to hear from the public versus having people speaking and giving presentations. This is more of like a community event where people can come and sit, eat chili. It's a chili supper. We're going to have live and silent auction items there. It's going to be a different kind of event, but we really want public feedback and public comment on the project. Really, any ideas, how they can help, do they want to help? We're just trying to reach out to as many people as we can, and it's like I said, if you're interested in this project or want to help or have ideas or have comments, come to this meeting and you'll be heard. I mean, it's for everybody.
I think it's for of all ages, really.
Yes, it is.
Because when you have something like this is a big project here. It's going to take a group, once it gets started, once it gets going, to become a reality. And I feel like you want some feedback, whether it's positive, negative, that sort of thing.
Exactly, and you want to involve everybody. And so we hope that we have younger people, if you will. I hope that we have some Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts there. I hope we have 4-H people there. I hope we have a lot of people there. And what we're doing, obviously, the Chili Supper is going to benefit the Ministerial Alliance, all proceeds from that. We are going to have a live and silent auction, and the proceeds from that will benefit not only the Ministerial Alliance, but also the Greater Fairfield Area Sports Commission. We're going to have all kinds of neat items, stuff that you can't find in Fairfield, stuff that, especially if you're a Cardinals fan. I'm a Cubs fan, so I don't mind parting with this stuff.
Hey, let me mention some more details. Again, we're talking about the Atkinson Forest Rally. It's coming up. You mentioned the Chili Supper is going to be used to benefit the Ministerial Alliance, the live and silent auction to benefit the Ministerial Alliance and Greater Fairfield Area Sports Commission. Free giveaways as well. There will be a public comment meeting. Again, the hours for this, 6 to 8 p.m., It's Monday, December 3rd, New Beginnings Church in Fairfield. A New Beginnings Church located just east of Fairfield on Highway 15. Now, you mentioned the live and silent auction for our listeners. What are some of the items that could be up for bid?
Well, we're still working on that. I can tell you we have a very large autographed picture of Willie McGee in his powder blue uniform. We've got an autographed Ozzie Smith picture. I've got an autographed Pete Rose with Tom Herr. This is vintage, back in the 80s. We have a Spencer Meager painting of the bridge at over at Leo French Park. I'm going to have other sports memorabilia items. I'm going to have some old Elvis and Beatles records, just all kinds of different stuff that you just don't normally see. And some are going to be live auction items. Some will be silent auction. We'll have some free door prizes to give away, and we're not talking about, a pack of balloons or something like that. We're going to have some really good door prizes because we want people to show up. So what I'll do is once we have a more complete list, I'll put it on social media and kind of contact WFIW and go from there and get it out, get the word out.
Yeah, I said absolutely let us know and everything like that. Now, the Fairfield Ministerial Alliance, how have they been helpful in all this?
Well, I've been working with Pastor Corey Musgrave in organizing this event, and he's part of the Ministerial Alliance. So, obviously, a lot of the food preparation, all that stuff is going to go, the church is going to do all that. And really, we're just it's just a good cause to raise money for. And, we're hoping that the Fairfield Ministerial Alliance could also take a role in this Atkinson Forest project. The more people we get involved, the better. And we're trying to address several birds with one stone with this meeting. So that's the thought process anyway.
You are listening to Saturday Sunrise, 104.9 WFIW, as well as AM 1390, 103.3 FM, as well as online at WFIWradio.com. Derek Dunn with you, Ryan Rice alongside, again, the Atkinson Forest Rally, December 3rd. That's on a Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. at New Beginnings Church in Fairfield. Now, let's talk about the Atkinson Forest here. What are some of the short-term, the long-term goals for this? Because obviously you got some goals, some objectives that need to be done. Now, obviously, there are some hurdles, I believe, and there are some things that, you want it to become a reality, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because it really, with a proper vision, it could really be an economic boon for the community. You're talking about a place where all the schools in the local area and regional area really could use it for field trips, 4-H clubs, Boys and Girl Scouts. Something we could put on our signs up by the interstate. It's a place when we have travel baseball and softball tournaments. It's a place for families to go in between games. If you're a CEO driving through town and you see we have something like this here, it makes Fairfield stand out when you're talking about locating another business here, or when you're in competition with other communities for a business or a company or a factory. It checks a lot of boxes, and it's just a kind of a no-brainer at this point. There's so much support already, and I think once it becomes a reality, once people understand that it will become a reality, it'll be even easier to raise money for it. It's kind of hard to give money to a project if you don't know what's going to happen.
And here's my question, too, is that I've noticed driving up and down Northwest 7th, I got relatives that live in the Lakeview area. There is a lot of wildlife in those trees. There is. I've seen deer all the time. I mean, there's a multitude of them. Yeah. So does it affect the wildlife at all once it becomes, once the work starts?
Well, I'm not a biologist, so I'm not going to render an opinion on that. What I can say is a part of the project is going to be a flood control project, and it'll tie into Lakeside Park. So if these lakes are built out at Atkinson, okay, it's going to act as a flood control project. I believe, it's just my opinion, that we would be more apt to get a grant to help bring back the old lake, because you could tie it into as one big flood control project. So I think it really opens the door for us to bring back the old lake, or try to bring back a portion of the old lake, or whatever. That's going to be up to the Army Corps of Engineers, things like that. But it's kind of a stepping stone to the next thing. So as far as wildlife, I can tell you we have plenty of deer around here.
We do. But they're just everywhere in there. It's crazy. I mean, the wildlife and everything. Hey, we just got about a minute to go here, but Ryan, is there anything else you want to mention at all about the Atkinson Forest? What's coming up for it? The rally, anything at all?
Well, the purpose of the rally, we just want to keep the momentum going, okay? And as an idea we'd like to get as many people involved as possible. This is a community project, so if you're interested, please come out, listen, to what other people are saying, make your comments, win some door prizes, eat some chili, have fun. And at the end of the day, this project should be a fun project for Fairfield, and it'll lead to other great things.
If someone would like to know more information about the rally, maybe about the Atkinson Forest, how could they get a hold of you?
Well, my cell phone is 618-919-1155. However, Mike Podolsky is the authority on Atkinson Forest. So really, if you have any questions about any details, particulars, they'd be better forwarded to him, because he's the expert on Atkinson Forest. I'm just a business owner here in Fairfield that believes in the project, and I'm trying to help out as much as I can. At the end of the day, like I said, Mike Podolsky is the expert, so I'd contact him.
Well, Ryan, I hope that there's a great crowd. I hope there's a great turnout that will attend the rally over the New Beginnings Church. Again, that's Monday, December 3rd, 6 to 8 p.m. There's been the banner on Facebook, the flyer, that is. You posted it just about everywhere, really, as far as I know. But just helping to get the word out by way of on-air, social media, that sort of thing. And I hope there's a great turnout for it. And I hope that the public comes on down and has, that they voice, their feedback, positive, negative, whatever they have to say.
Right, because you can learn from both. So we appreciate you helping us get the word out.
All right, well, thanks very much, Ryan. That's Ryan Rice, an attorney at law here, also one of those that supports the Atkinson Project and Atkinson Forest Project. Hey, stay tuned here to WFIW 104.9 as well as AM 1390, 103.3 FM.